Good morning. Good morning. I made it to, oh gosh, Ispic, that's not right. I know I'm going to think of it, or someone watching this will, but one of the road crossings, trail crossings in the park I'm at now. I made it to where I wanted to go last night, and it was 44.2 or 44.3 miles for the day, which is good. That's what I wanted. It was a really windy night and cold. It was the first time I used the extra tarp, like on top of my tent. And right now I'm dealing with some general malaise. The doldrums, like I'm just glum. I'm not in a good mood. Part of that is I just learned from my friend Katie, trail name Raven, who's helping Nick, who's going for the supported record. They're in the Sierras, or out, maybe they're out by now, but it sounds like, or the Sierra. She said there's a lot of snow. And, I timed my hike, with the hope that the snow would be mostly melted and passable by the time I get there. But it's looking like there might still be a lot of snow to navigate, so that makes me nervous because I don't have a ton of experience with that. And then it also means there might be some pretty high water crossings. So I just feel a little anxious and nervous because I don't know what to expect. And, if the situation is still the same by the time I get up there, that might slow me down a lot, which would make achieving a record really hard, or impossible, depending. So I'm just feeling a little glum. And, I've been working really hard to reach my goals and kind of claw my way back to record pace. I think I'm maybe like 7 miles behind Heather right now, so it's nothing that can't be made up. But I think I'm worried about having a major setback and then deciding what to do. And then I think I hate disappointing people. I don't want to disappoint anyone, and I don't want to disappoint myself. And so I think I'm just like, well, what if this happens? What if this happens? And I'm just afraid of failing, really. That's what I'm afraid of. So that's what's on my mind. So right now I'm on the road walk for the Williamson frog closure. There's an endangered species of frogs, so we can't go on that part of the trail to protect them. But honestly, I've fallen twice in the past 6 hours or 12 hours. Last night, my toes caught on these little stumpy, roots that had been sawed off, and I didn't see them, and both of my toes caught, and I went down hard on both knees, and then my hands, and then actually my head, but my knees took the brunt of the fall. And then this morning, I was feeling all anxious and sorry for myself and crying And then one of my heels slipped out from underneath me and I fell on my butt. So I'm not mad about a road walk right now with easy footing and just sorting out my thoughts. I'm trying to like console myself about like the Sierra and whatever happens. I don't want to blow it up too much because I can't control it. So I'm getting so in my head about it. But I think one of the ways I'm just like wrapping my brain around it is that like, hey, I'm out here doing this really cool thing and I'm going to get to Canada as fast as I can. And I'm going to see a lot of really amazing and beautiful things along the way. Sorry, I don't know why I'm crying. It's the morning. I like cry every morning because I'm so anxious. You know, all I can do is my best, and that's part of the adventure. So like, I don't want to put too much pressure on like stuff that I can't control, but I can cover as much ground as I can every day and get a few hours of sleep every night and just do my thing. And like when I get there, I get there, and hopefully that's in the fastest known time. And I believe in myself that I can do it, but there's also just like stuff I can't control. And I also feel so afraid of like quitting or giving up. And it's like, well, no, like I have control over whether I give up. And the only thing that would take me out is if I take too long, you know, I have to get back to my jobs, but I gave myself time. So it's like, just don't stress, keep walking. You're going to Canada. I just experienced my first trail magic on the PCT. A very nice man named Bob. He had his like minivan or SUV in the last parking lot, and I was so sleepy like on the trail before I got to that parking lot. I was so tired I was doing anything to keep myself awake. I was actually freestyling to myself, like just talking about my situation and making up rhymes. And freestyling is usually my worst nightmare. Like, I don't like improvising, at least with words and trying to make them rhyme and stuff. But I was like, I was just kind of babbling to myself. And then in my freestyle, I forget, you know, how I rhymed it, but I was like, oh, here comes a parking lot. Maybe I'm feeling pretty low. Maybe there's a Coke. And lo and behold, there was the trail magic, and I got to drink a Coca-Cola. Actually, no, it was like the Shasta brand cola. But oh, it was so good. And I met 2 other hikers. So that was cool. I think that's 5 hikers now that I've met. One was from Germany, and dang it, I already forget. There was one other guy, American, and I forget his name. But they had started on like May 27th and 28th, and they were like, when did you start? Last Thursday. They were like, what? And they were like, is that like 30 miles a day? And I was like, it's 42.9. Not that I'm keeping track, but I don't know. So yeah, they were just curious about what I was doing, and I told them about the record attempts and that I'm a little nervous about the Sierra but they were, the American guy was like, oh, like he'll be okay. And I hadn't mailed myself special equipment because I didn't think I'd need it, but he assured me that they sell it at Kennedy Meadows South, which is like the entrance to the Sierra. So I'm hoping I can purchase what I need if the snow is still bad. And we also all just realized that we hit the 400-mile mark at some point today. Like, we're past 400 miles now, and Kennedy Meadows is at like 7:02. So I'm on day 10. Yesterday was day 9, and I was thinking, okay, so like 9 more days to the Sierra, but actually it might be more like 8, like, or a week, depending on my progress, which isn't that long from now. So I don't feel as anxious necessarily, because it's like there's only so much within your control. And I think I've just been so by myself. Even just having other hikers to talk with about it helps. And when I get to the Sierra, there will be plenty of other hikers there. You know, if I'm scared at any of the water crossings, I can always wait until someone else comes to cross with me. So it's like, I'm just gonna, you know, move at whatever pace the trail allows in my comfort zone in terms of safety, and just it'll be okay. Up on the ridge, it always feels so good to get to the top. There's a nice cool breeze. The sun is warm but not scorching. I am feeling pretty ragged. There's about 16 and a half miles left for the day. I'm not moving the fastest, but even if I don't move too fast, I think I'll still finish by 10 or 10:15, but hopefully sooner. It's pretty gentle terrain today. The 2 guys that were also at Trail Magic with me, they were 2 other thru hikers, the American and German. They caught up with me, and they were so fast. I had to like walk and run just to keep up with their regular walk. Like, they just had this like, and they didn't know each other until like a couple days ago, but they're hiking together now. But they both just had these like long bouncy strides, and I was like, dang, what's wrong with me? But it makes sense. I mean, I'm probably just tired, so maybe I'm not moving at max capacity, and I'm not necessarily aware of it because I don't have anything to compare it to other than like what I'm feeling. So just an observation. All right, I still have about 12 miles to go, but there's a water spigot at this fire station that I'm gonna fill up at before the last stretch. All right, I'm in one of the harder parts of the day. Psychologically, I have about 4.5 miles, 5 miles to go. I think 4.5. It's my view. But every time I see like a flat spot on the ground, I just want to lay down. Like, every part of my core just wants to go to sleep. I'm so tired. instead of waiting until camp, I ate my noodles early because I needed an energy boost. I think I'm finally gaining a real appetite, which is good, but I need to start actually eating more, because eating the first week was really hard in the heat. And I might have mentioned this, but the hotel at Cajon Pass where I got McDonald's, I stripped down in front of the mirror and was shocked because I have like marks on my body just from like the shoulder straps of my bag and the small of my back where the bear can is, and like gashes, which I didn't realize it was that bad. And then I also noticed I've already lost a lot of weight, so clearly I'm not eating enough. And like even my stomach, like it's interesting. It like is clear I quickly lost weight because I have like folds of skin. It's like it shrunk so fast my skin needs to catch up. So that was a little shocking to see, and this is a long-term thing, so I can't just run on fumes. So far my body overall feels good. I haven't had any aches and pains except for my knees, because I fell on both knees last night. They're okay, but when I kneel down on my mat, that's hard. But yeah, I just need to make sure I keep fueling myself properly. So I had planned to go to this campsite, and I made it to the campsite, but it's on top of a mountain and it is violently windy. And oftentimes campsites are located somewhere where it's sheltered, but this one is not, but it has pit toilets. So I am actually going to sleep in a pit toilet tonight, or not in the toilet, but yeah, in the whatever. We'll just call it the pit toilet. Super gross, but actually, like, it could be worse. It doesn't smell super bad. There were two of them, so I checked out one and it had a bunch of ants on the floor, but then there was another one across the way, and this one does not have ants on the floor. And I'm in my tent, just with the screen, so that the bugs that are in here can't get to me. So desperate times, but it is so cold and windy out there, and it is not windy at all, and actually nice and warm in here. So I think anyone else in my situation would have done the same.